today so that you guys can follow along with us. English.
Yeah, so
working.
Logan likes to brew like a lot of like different,
Use a lot of different methods.
Yeah. So is this one of your more favorite methods, would you say?
No. The French press is good for like darker coffees or like things that don't have a bunch of acid in them, in my opinion.
Well, it's super forgiving. It's great for a beginner.
Yeah.
This is a great beginner method to start experimenting with.
Right.
Yeah, it's I just like the other pour over methods a little bit better because I tend to like acidic coffees more.
And we are going to do examples of those methods throughout this month. We just wanted to start with something easy,
yes,
a little bit forgiving to get you used to it. And this is a full immersion method.
So because I don't like acidic coffees, then this would probably be a better method for me then.
Yeah. For most people don't like super acidic coffee like I do. So this is a great method for the average person.
Yeah. And it's easy. It doesn't require a lot of equipment. It's not expensive equipment. And we have the full, caboodle, but you don't need everything that we have here.
Yes.
Yeah, it's really accessible, and it's a good way to elevate your coffee game without having to buy a bunch of crazy stuff.
And it's a lot smaller than an auto drip coffee machine. So that's great.
Well, and portable too. So like I travel a lot for travel baseball, and I'm always finding myself like I don't want to drink the coffee at the hotel. Right. So to me, if I have these two pieces of equipment and my coffee, it's a lot easier to,
to brew something.
Yeah, brew on the
and a
road.
good cup of coffee.
Yeah.
So did you want to talk about what a full immersion method is?
So a full immersion method is just where the grounds and the water are combined for the entire time that it's brewing. Unlike a drip method where it drips the coffee on top and then it goes to the bottom and falls out of the grounds. Yeah.
So basically the water in an auto drip method is only in contact with the grounds for a very small amount of time.
Yep.
So maybe you're not getting all the flavor that you'd get in a full immersion.
Yeah, the full extraction.
Yeah.
It's more like tea, like steeping tea, or you're going to get a full extraction.
Yeah. But like tea, then you wouldn't want to leave the water on the grounds that long because it could be oversteeped.
Yeah, you really only want to leave it on the grounds for the recommended amount of time.
That is one of the cool things about a French press too, is like you can play with so many different variables, like the water temperature, the amount of coffee you're putting in, the time that the water's in there, the amount of water you're putting in. So it is kind of fun to like play around with those variables and find a solution that works best for you, because everyone has different tastes, so everyone's not going to like the same exact method.
Yeah, and there's lots and lots of French presses out there. They all get the job done. You can get really fancy ones that, stay insulated. You can get pretty inexpensive ones. We really like the Bodum ones. They have a good, nice size screen in them.
Yes.
So those are our preferred. They're more a mid-range.
Yeah, I would say so.
Not super expensive, not cheap, but...
Yeah. I think we start about $25 for ours on our website, somewhere around there.
They come in, like single cups up to pretty big full pots.
Yeah.
Right. And this one we have today is an 8-cup.
Yeah. So all right. So Logan is going to show us how to brew.
So the first step is going to be to take off your lid. So we're not going to do it here because I don't have a drain and extra hot water and all this stuff. But it is a really good idea to pour hot water and get this glass warm and then discard that water afterwards. We're not going to do that because we don't have all the stuff right here. And then I'm going to go ahead and set my French press on my scale.
We recommend using a scale. Most people have a kitchen scale. If you do this by weight, it's just going to give you a more precise cup, and then you're going to learn what you like and what you don't like. If you don't have a scale, go ahead and wing it. It'll be fine too.
Or use a coffee scoop. That's fine too,
coffee
right?
Scoop.
Yeah.
Yep. So we're going to brew 6 cups. So I'm going to use 72 grams of coffee.
Do you know how many grams you're supposed to do for each cup? Or is that a math question on the spot?
It's about a 1 to 18 ratio. So for every 1 gram of coffee, you want to use about 18 grams of water.
Okay. And it should be noted, too, that Logan is using coarse ground coffee. Yes. Coarse is really important to have. And freshly ground obviously makes it better, too, right? Yeah. But
yes, that is important. And on our website, if you guys have shopped with us before, you know that you can order coarse ground coffee. as always, we recommend that you order whole bean and grind it yourself, but we can grind it for you if you don't have a grinder.
So the way that the top of the French press is too is you've got this little screen in here. If you have fine coffee that you put into your French press, those fine grinds can seep back up. That's why you want coarse coffee.
Yep, exactly.
All right, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to start putting in the water. I'm going to put 1,080 grams of water.
This sounds very scientific, like we're doing a scientific
I
experiment.
thought you were 1320.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're putting 1,080 in first.
Oh, okay. And we're going to start a timer, so we do have a timer on the table to start once we get the water in.
Another thing that's good to do is bloom the coffee, so I'll just saturate it. And you probably can't see it, but we can see little bubbles forming, and that's actually carbon dioxide releasing.
Is that what the bloom is?
Yeah, that's what the bloom is. So that only happens when you have fresh coffee.
And carbon dioxide is a really common gas to come out of especially fresh coffee. So if you've ever gotten a package from us and it's blown up a little bit,
puffy,
it's really fresh and it's releasing the carbon dioxide inside of the package. Most of our packages have valves on it, a one-way valve to help release that gas. So you do want to see that.
That smells so good.
I know. It permeates the air.
The other thing I've heard about French press coffee too is that because you're not using a paper filter, you're getting more flavor oils in the French press.
It's like direct contact.
Yeah.
So probably the full immersion method is kind of where we're at.
Yeah.
This one might be a little strong. We didn't have quite enough water.
Do we need to put the lid back on, or do you have to stir it first?
No. So yeah, you don't have to stir it right away. Normally, we'll wait about 2 minutes, and then add the rest of our water, which would have been 240 grams, and stir it. But
we're a little short.
Obviously, our pitcher was a little not filled all the way.
But I mean, something to be mindful of. Our water pitcher, which is a pretty normal size, was not enough water to fill the container.
I think the ones that we sell, we're out of stock on them right now, but the gooseneck ones that we have are a little bit bigger too.
And we did order more. They're beautiful matte black goosenecks, and they are a little bit bigger than the one we had sitting here.
While we wait our 2 minutes, should we show our new canisters?
Yes, we can. So you guys may be familiar with our little Airscape canisters. They actually released a bigger size. So this fits,
I said it's a kilo. I'm not sure how.
So 2.2 pounds.
There you go.
2.2 pounds. So almost your 3-pound bag, which is great. And these are really cool because they are airtight. So they have this fancy lid, which I should have probably done with the big one. Yeah. But there's a handle in it. And then you put your coffee in. And when you put the lid back in, it actually has a little vent right here, and it removes the air. So you push it all the way down to your coffee level, and then put the handle back down. And now your coffee is stored in an airtight container in a dark, cool space. So you just put this on your counter. And then it's going to keep it pretty fresh for you.
I love those containers for exactly that reason. There's nothing fresher, in my opinion, to keep your coffee fresh.
And these are stainless steel?
Yep, they're stainless steel, so they're easy to wash and keep clean. And then we had a lot of people ask us for the larger size. Yeah. So since we have a 3-pound bag, we went to the kilos, the largest one we could get. Yeah. So that will hold a lot more coffee for everybody,
and
they're
nice. They have a little grip on the bottom, so they're not going to slide around.
We have them in white, black, and copper, I believe. Yes.
Oh, there's our timer.
Yeah.
Okay, so after 2 minutes is up, I'm going to go ahead and just remove the lid. And then what we're going to do is saturate all the grounds. So we're just going to push them down and then stir it up. Just to mix it in a little bit more. Doesn't need to be for long. And we'll just go ahead, set the lid back on, and wait another 2 minutes.
I wish you guys could smell this. It smells so good.
Right? And a couple important things. When we're done with this, you're going to end up with the coffee grounds at the end.
Yes.
Don't pour them down your sink. Please don't wash them down your sink. They will ruin your
pipes.
Yeah, your pipes. And if you have a disposal,
yeah.
really not good for that.
Don't do that.
But coffee grounds make amazing fertilizer.
Yes, they do.
Super good in your garden.
Yes.
We've had a lot of people who make like body scrubs with them,
Yep.
or put them in candles. You can kind of dry them out.
Yep. If you add coconut
Yeah.
oil, once
Yeah.
you let it dry a little bit, and then you scrub it on your thighs for cellulite, the caffeine and the scrub in the coffee grounds are like an amazing exfoliant.
Yes, there's amazing things you can do with coffee
Come
grounds.
on.
Not
I
down
definitely
the
put them down my sink every time.
Don't do that. Your
sink
pipes
is
are
getting
horrible.
destroyed.
Yeah. Personally, I put mine in my compost pile, but I have to watch it because the coffee is acidic. It can actually make your soil more acidic. But that's really good if you have blue plants like blue hydrangeas or blueberries. There's my gardening tip for the day.
Yeah, you
So,
love gardening.
I do love
You're
gardening.
So good at
Yeah,
it.
thank
She
you.
gave me a plant. It died.
You know what, though? That wasn't your fault. The pot needed more drainage. We'll try again.
It would have probably. She goes, "Did you water it? No. Did you put it in the sun? No." I will say though that my kids planted little watermelon seeds.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if we water them, but they're growing.
Hey, that's great.
So that's exciting.
That's great.
They're very excited.
I love that. Did you get that sunflower kit? Because I planted my sunflowers.
I got the sunflower kit. I was going to ask you if I could just like throw them outside.
I
if
think
they
you
would
can.
Grow.
Yeah, sunflowers are super easy to
Mom
grow.
grew sunflowers, so
Yeah.
I'm sure that would work.
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah, if your mom can grow it, you know.
Yeah.
Then
I
yes,
love
you can.
sunflowers. Well, we're
Yeah.
hoping to get bees. And
Yeah.
so bees and sunflowers.
Oh,
are
yeah,
really good
absolutely.
together.
Bees are awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
we need more pollinators for sure.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so we're on our 2 minutes.
Okay.
Yep. And so the next thing is just to slowly plunge.
And really slowly do this.
So
You want to try to make sure and get all those grounds put down to the bottom. And if you go too fast, they can come through the filter a little bit.
Oh, that's so satisfying to watch.
Right?
It's kind of crazy, all the grounds at the bottom.
Yeah. So slowly.
It's like watching paint dry.
And you don't want to like squeeze the grounds down either. You just want to stop it when the grinds get to the bottom. Otherwise, you'll start extracting bad flavors.
Just by too much pressure.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I know, Britton, you told me earlier, if you're not going to drink all the coffee right away, you should remove the coffee from the grounds.
Yes. You need to pour it out of the French press. You don't want to keep it with the grounds at all, or it will over extract, and then it won't be a great cup of coffee.
Yeah, another thing you can do too is before you plunge it, you can get all the coffee grounds and the oils out of the top. I like a strong cup of coffee, so I don't do that. But if you want to be extra, you should definitely try it.
Yeah, it's a smoother cup
Yeah.
of coffee if you take the flavor oil off the
It's got
top.
a thing that's got to go around that way. And this little top has like a screen on it, so it's going to help get out any more of those grounds that may have seeped through.
And that's why we really like the Bodum French presses.
Yes, extra screens.
Yeah.
I don't
right?
see any grinds in my cup at all.
No, they're really good about that. Some of the other ones, their screens just aren't.
It almost
Aren't
has a
as
little
nice.
bit of like an espresso crema on it. Like a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah, so the
It's super
SCAA and what we did is like an 18-to-1 ratio of water to coffee. People go as low as like 14 or 15. So just experiment. The ratio is grams of coffee to milliliters of water.
That sounds like a lot of science.
It is a lot of science. And I mean, if you get
Math.
confused, just go to the SCA website or our blog.
Yeah,
We're
we'll
going to
post
post
it later
the SCA
today.
recipe. We really recommend starting with their instructions. There's thousands and thousands of different ways to do this. Everybody's got an opinion. No
Yeah.
one's right. No one's wrong. So just kind of test what you like.
Yeah, this is really good.
So out of the coffees we sell, what are your favorite ones to do in a French press?
Mocha Java would be good. Guatemalan would be good.
I love
Italian, French. Any of the darker ones.
Even our espresso is pretty fast.
Yeah, the
Yes.
espresso would
Yeah.
be good.
And he's naming all unflavored coffee as well. We find that.
Yeah, don't do flavored
Yeah,
coffee.
it's better with unflavored coffee.
Some people do use flavored coffee in a French press. The only problem is because we're extracting so much flavor out of the coffee, especially if you try to do like Michigan cherry, you're going to bring out so much cherry
Yeah.
that it's going to be really overpowering. And you're going to get some flavoring oils that you maybe necessarily don't want to bring out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not great.
But people do it. Especially, like, I know some hazelnut. Some people have done that. Some of the lighter flavors, but the stronger flavors, it can just
We've had
really
a
get strong.
lot of our influencers like to brew French press and do our flavored, and they say they like them, but, you know,
Yeah.
it's not my personal choice. I wouldn't.
Yeah, like, I
wouldn't
think
choose
our
that.
flavored coffees are strong enough.
Yeah,
but-
absolutely. But this is really good. This
But
definitely.
experiment. I mean, let us know what you think.
So,
Try
like,
it.
I drink Costa Rican Lamanita every day. That's what we're drinking in our French press. And it's interesting because I drink it in auto drip, but this kind of makes it a completely different cup of coffee to me. I like this.
That's what I'm snooty. I won't drink it out of the auto drip machine.
Yeah, I didn't know that. It's pretty good.
And this is why.
Yeah, this is why. I
There's
definitely
no
see more oil on
bitterness.
top of my coffee.
It's just not bitter at all.
No, it's pretty smooth.
Yeah. I really
like it.
enjoy it.
Yeah.
So if you have any questions about this brewing method, let us know. If there's any brewing methods you're super curious about, let us know. The whole month of June, I think we're gonna
do different methods.
Try to do different methods. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
okay.
thanks for joining us and enjoy.